What is up, everybody? It is Last Dragon from Game Hunters. We have all of your hunters with you today. We have Vaas.
Yay!
We have Cydrake.
Yay! Hola, amigos.
We have Queen
Over
May.
Gwen.
Our queen. We have Blackbeard, our favorite pirate. The bearded wonder Gohan.
Wow.
Yay! You can sort of see him. And we have
The
a very
Whalekeeper. Yay!
we have a very special guest with us here tonight. From Spacemisfits, we have Mr. King Misfit himself. Sam is here with us as well.
Welcome.
We're so excited that you're here, Sam.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So, all right, you guys, you know how this starts. You know how this begins. We start with game news now with Cydrake. So, Cydrake, tell us what is going on in the latest blockchain news.
Well, let's share my screen right now.
Right,
So the first news regarding the JP Morgan, which is the largest bank in the USA. Basically, they have announced that they are starting to build an office there in the Central Land. So basically, you could go there and start looking at that building, and that's for JP Morgan. So it's really awesome because right now everybody is trying to have some spot there in the Central Land, and it's going to be really amazing once every single company starts having a special spot here in the Central Land. So this is just starting.
All right.
Ready Player One vibes.
Yay! And the next one is regarding Gala Games again. Gala Games again is doing many different stuff here. So right now they have announced the project Geary. So this project Geary basically it's like a special Galas chain, and they are going to try to expand all the blockchain that all the space, all the platforms that they already have right now, but they are trying to try to expand and have more and more blockchains. So it's really awesome. I'm not really sure how it's really going to work, but yeah, believe me, this is starting to become bigger. They already have the Gala games, they already have the Gala notes for the music. Now they are releasing this kind of project Geary that it's going to join all the platforms, all the blockchains. It's going to be really amazing. And many different new games from Gala Games. This is going to be really huge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of games have been actually waiting to launch before they have Project Yuri ready, because they needed to get off mainnet so that everything didn't cost ETH. I mean, Gala's already expensive enough as it is, so every single transaction, all their play to earn transactions and stuff like that have to be off chain, or it's insane. So,
and it's really difficult to have like a second ledger in Ethereum. As we know, we have Polygon, we have Ronin. Even Ronin, it's like a second ledger, but it's really difficult. So I'm not really sure how Gala is going to do an approach on this, but let's wait and see what surprise they could have for all of us.
All right, what else you got?
And the next one is regarding Pegaxi.
Oh, yeah.
They have announced how it's going to work for the second version, that this one it's the 3D racing. And they have announced the requirements. So basically we are going to need, it's not like a really powerful PC, but yeah, we need like for the RAM, we need 8 gigabytes. We need an operating system that it's after Windows 7 or superior. On MacOS, also, I'm not really sure how it's going to work here with the MacOS, because we already know that it's really difficult to have a game in that operating system. And also we have Linux. And also they announced that it's going to be a really stable network, and also it's going to work on Google Chrome. So I'm not really sure how it's going to work, but we know that Pegaxi already looks really awesome how the Pegasus look like, and the racing already know how it's going to work. So let's see what happens next.
Mhm.
Yep.
And the next one is regarding Champions Ascension. So basically, they have announced how it's going to work, how it's the benefits regarding the NFTs. So if you got, well, actually, the whitelist is still ongoing. So if you want to win a spot in the whitelist, you have to do many different activities. So join in the Discord, and well, after that, we have these benefits. Basically, if you got some of these NFTs, you are going to be able to have an eternal like badge, also a special feature for the access, some private chats with the devs, um, a special guide also. What else? Some like some leaks also, some game industry inside access, some exhibition battles. So there's going to be a little bit of everything.
That's excellent. What else you got, man? Oh
The
yeah.
last one is regarding Axie
Just a
Infinity.
small little game. Nothing to see
Yeah,
here.
nothing to
Just a
see here.
small.
Yeah.
They
Not
might
Yeah,
so
make it.
big.
I don't know.
We might make it. No, we don't know that.
yeah, it's like a Pokemon game, this one. And yeah, they have announced two different things. Well, actually, there are so many news regarding this, but the first one is regarding Axie Origins. So they have announced the first character of the three that we are going to be able to play by free. The first one it's called Oleg. Oleg is one of these initial starter Axies. Basically, it's like a veteran general, and it looks really old, but
Veteran
really
general.
rude. Looks amazing. And well, as we already know, Axie Origins is going to be launched by the end of March, and it's going to be really awesome. But well, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. And the other one is regarding Axiland. They have showed how it's going to look like. So as we already know, sometime before we have the 2D version, but then Axie Infinity announced that they were going to rebrand Axieland. So now we have this 3D land looks really amazing. Actually, I'm really
Mhm.
excited because it's like a farm bill, but looks like really great. Looks really awesome how the graphics are right now. And I'm really glad that Axie Infinity did this kind of rebranding. And also, they announced that all the owners that have lands, they
Like
are going
you?
to be sorry.
Like you have a
Do you?
land.
Oh,
Who
well,
here has a land?
actually, I
Who
don't
here
have a
has a
land.
land?
Bus,
Oh,
Voss has a
yeah, Bus, Bus
how,
has a land.
land.
Yeah,
like
for
how,
sure.
An
how many
Arctic land.
parcels?
An Arctic land. And
That's
what I
awesome.
heard about it as well is that if you don't have a land, you actually cannot play the game. At least
Really?
not right now. I heard it today. The gameplay is only going to be for landholders that actually own the land.
No.
Well, but don't worry because I think that
Eventually,
yeah, exactly because I think
It's
it's
just
like every
for
single
the.
project. You know that every single project has like a beta phase. So
Uh-huh.
basically, you all a specific group are going to be able to play it and to
The
test
perks.
it, and
It's the
just to make
perks.
sure that everything is working
Uh-huh.
and without any issues. And for
absolutely.
this special Axie land, we have some, well, for the owners are going to be able to earn AXS. So it's going to be really amazing because just by having lands, that's going to be amazing to have a passive income there. But well, we have to wait what else it's going to come for the Axie land.
Absolutely.
And just to finish this part of Axie, they also shared a dashboard regarding how all the improvements that they applied for the game, like you know that they already take out all the SLPs for the adventure mode and also for the daily quest. So these are the results. Basically, all the SLP amounts are being reduced, and this is amazing because if we keep reducing the SLP is going to become more
Right.
expensive and have a really good value. So it's really good for
Not
all the
financial advice
ecosystem.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
non-financial
Not
advice
financial
there.
advice, but it's looking better. It's looking better, and it's
It's
where we
looking
want it to
better.
be. So, what else you got, Cydrake?
Well, there are another news that we already know, like for example, OpenSea, that there are some issues with the security. There are some, uh, yeah, some scams there, and many different type of scams, as we already know right now, and also the security for the NFTs. Also,
Oh.
there was like a
Something went
little
wrong with the
issue there.
contract. It sounds like,
Yeah.
and it went
So
crazy.
they announced that if you are able to go to Etherscan and revoke the permissions for the OpenSea, that would be great. You could have like a second security there, just in case. Um,
That's good to know.
thankfully, I don't have that kind of contract. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
How would you
you
know
should look.
though? Just go into Etherscan.
I'll
Yeah.
show you in today's blockchain 101.
that'll be great.
Yay!
Oh, tune in to
So,
Thank
Blockchain
you, Master
101.
talking
Vaas.
about Blockchain 101,
Yes.
everybody, it is time for the Blockchain 101. Here we go. Let's
Yay!
get that
Let's
music going,
go.
guys.
Bollywood.
All right.
I
Ryan,
just
can you
gotta.
share my screen?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refresh. Hold on.
Love it.
And we have Gohan.
Hey, what's up, amigo?
Ah, ah, all right. Here is Vaas. Whenever I
Let's
have
go.
to refresh, it won't let me.
All
It will
right.
not let me
We
show
got it.
what's going
Let's
on. So,
go.
all right,
Okay,
let's
there
do
it
this. Let's
is.
do
Yeah.
this.
So basically, what you want to do is go to normal Etherscan, and then there's an option called More, and then there's something called Tools, and here you'll find something called Token Approvals.
Yep.
Once you go over there, you have to connect your wallet first before you can see anything populated on screen. And let's wait a bit. So it tells me that like $8,600 are and 14 NFTs are at risk. So that's how you know how
Oh,
much of your capital is at
okay.
risk. Other than that,
Yeah.
you can have like the token standard listed over here. You can see like I have allowed these things to be spent like in different platforms like in sushi swap and ENS and stuff like that, which are which I have made sure that they are safe contracts. All of these contracts are pretty safe. But let's say I have a let's go over. So I haven't given any access to my ERC 721 tokens. Those are your normal standard NFTs, and there are other NFTs that are of standard 1155. So these I have given access. So I'll just show one of them, which could be like which you might think is a little bit shady. So you can see like the Rarible, this Rect anniversary tickets, and this all of these, they have names and stuff, right? And like I also from your past experience, like which platforms they're from. Like if you have interacted with the original Rect is, by the way, like another, like not trying to go off topic, but is a very good blockchain publication. They had an NFT, so I had got into one of those. Anyways, let's look at this. So this particular contract is an unknown contract. It doesn't have a name, anything. I'm gonna click that. So after go so I have scanned through most of it, and I found that okay, this thing could be risky, but I know this is not risky, but I'll just show you. So what I did after going over here, I'll just open this in the new tab, uh, and I'll check what the contract is. I don't know if you guys are able to see my screen or not, but it's a very simple thing. I'll just open it up. I'll check if everything's fine or not. Let's say if something is wrong. So what I'll do, I'll just click on revoke, and this pop-up will come up. I'll click revoke again, and it should give me a MetaMask, you know, pop up, and it's going to ask for a little bit of fees, like about $10 or something. So which I'm not going to do. But like you have to individually revoke them, so that
Individually, okay.
NFTs, yeah, NFTs are not at risk anymore. But
Yeah, so
then
basically
again,
we have to pay each time we want to revoke.
yep, you have
Oh
to
my
pay each
god.
time you revoke. Also, on top of that, let's say you want to use like the YGG website's contract again, or like SushiSwap router again. Then what you want to do, like you have, like after revoking, you have to give the permission again. So
Oh.
that's one more thing. Other than that, in the screen you can see like I have given unlimited access, which is not the best practice, but I do it anyways because it's my hot wallet, right? um, what you can do, you can set a limit, like your credit card limit. You can just say like not more than 1,000 tokens. So if you have like
Okay.
10,000 tokens, a particular contract cannot take more than that amount of tokens from you.
Wow,
And
I
like
didn't
for
know
example,
that.
this particular router, so I have, for some reason, I decided to put a limit over here. I don't know why, this very particular unique limit, but I did.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Yes.
That's
All
a
right,
good
that
tip.
was it basically.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
amazing. So, everybody, once again, let's thank Sir Vaas
Sir
for
Vaas.
Sir
Captain Vaas.
Vaas, King
Captain,
Vaas,
Master,
King Vaas, Captain
for
our
Vaas.
king.
the king to go along with the queen. Uh, all
Yes.
right, so we have a very, very special guest here today. So we want to introduce to everybody King Misfits. Sam
Another king.
Sevens. Another king is here.
I'm
Uh,
I think as I keep hearing
Hello.
the term king, I like it less and less.
there, there is a lot of kings here tonight.
The
We're
royalties
so
here.
excited that you are here with us today. We have been watching all sorts of updates that are coming to Space Misfits and everything else. Could you start just a little bit? Tell us what your role is. Tell us about the
Sure.
project for those that aren't here, and go from there.
Yeah, so I'm the CEO and founder of JSM Studios. Back in 2019, we started getting to work on a project called Space Misfits. It's a massive multiplayer sci-fi blockchain play and earn game. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really cool project. You know, I grew up loving space games, and I wanted to build a really fun, massive multiplayer space game. So at the time in 2019, I thought NFT gaming was just like going to be huge. So the idea really struck was just create a really fun NFT game, and it through the years as we've seen kind of the play and earn evolve. You know, we introduced tokenomics in the game, structured our economy in a way that we can create sort of a sustainable play and earn economy. And so, yeah, we are 3 years ahead. We've got a playable alpha. Team is growing. We're about to do our token launch, and you know, get listed and do our TG and everything. And yeah, we just got a lot going for ourselves. It's a pretty fun project. We got an amazing team behind us and everything.
That's incredible. I know that we have played a couple times now, and it has been a ton of fun. Like, we end up getting our whole community coming in to play with us, and then all of a sudden, everybody's tired the next day saying, "Oh my gosh, I thought I was only going to play Space Misfits for like an hour. I ended up staying up all night, playing it." And even in the alpha, like there's been a ton of fun around it, and a ton of stuff that's coming out. Tell us, like, what are the next steps for you guys? You said you've got a token launch coming. I know that you've got more gameplay coming as well. So what is kind of your timeline for all of those things to happen?
Sure. So yeah, a big focus really is getting the token launch, because our economy is getting to a point where we're seeing it already. Players are trading with each other. They're trading with our crown token before the token's even listed. So we're starting to see the kind of the evolution of that happening in sort of player markets that are already happening in Discord. Our player-driven marketplace, which really is players building everything in the station and selling it to each other, that is going to be launching here in a few weeks as we just finish up some UI design and some features. We also are heavy working into adding a lot more game content. So we've got early zones, early gameplay, and we have a lot of end game content, but we're missing that mid zone. So this week tomorrow we got a big update where we're going to be releasing a bunch of mid game zone content to keep just keep the player base happy, keep them playing. And then as we're working on that, we're building our staking app right now. So, as our token launches, we should have staking up and ready to go. And then we have another team working on what we call Disembark, and that's our third person shooter. So imagine, docking up to a big base, going inside and playing a third person shooter, boots on the ground, and fighting against other players, fighting against other NPCs, running around, collecting resources, and then getting out back to your ship and get back home. So it's, we got a lot of moving parts and a lot of things kind of being built at the same time right now, getting ready for just the fun part now, and just getting a lot of game content and getting a lot of gameplay inside the game.
That's incredible. I mean, and also we forgot to mention this at the beginning, that if you want to share your screen and show us any of this stuff at all, we would love to see what some of these updates and stuff like that look like. Do you have those things yet? We do have the game. You can see Blackbeard has it here. Can any of these zones be seen right now? Is it in arena? Is it in survival? Like, where does he go so that we can show it?
Where does it go for the year? Oh, yeah, you want to go in survival.
All right, great.
Yeah. Arena is kind of an early stage of sort of PvP combat that's controlled inside of arena. It's not quite, it's not quite there yet. You can play, but everyone plays this survival mode.
Okay, great.
Is this your first time in?
We've played this as a community multiple times.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to guide us through this a little bit, it'd be awesome. And Blackbeard can just kind of work his way through.
Yeah, I don't know how far you're into it and what kind of ships you have and things like that. But, you always want to start at the mission. Yeah, you're going to want to, with the blade, you're going to want to just kind of get into, scroll down on the right-hand side for zones. Oh, you don't have, the Pirate's Den is going to be your first bet. That's going to be a simpler exploring type zone. That's going to be your early zone. The mining zone itself is pretty early too as well, but the blade's kind of well suited for the Pirate's Den.
Right. So select it. Oh, it looks like you can go in with a team as well. Nice. I like it that you guys have done that.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So most of us have not played since your last update. So we played when it was just kind of play around in the arena and mine that one area and go from there. So what does he want to do in here now?
Yeah, so you're basically going to be opening up your map, and it's funny. I need my. I'm going to see if I can get him in. I need my subject matter expert in here.
Yeah, bring him.
I don't have the luxury to play as much as I want, so. Not that I don't know my game, but
but you're trying to build your game.
We get it.
I'm actually not a developer. I do all the basically I just run the business of the company and manage the team and all that. I've got a really good streamer. His name is Dirty Misfit. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before.
Yeah.
If I can get him in, and he can probably give you a better walkthrough.
That'd be great. So what do all of these flashing asteroids mean?
Yeah, so those are different resources that you can collect. We're now building some scanning modules that will allow you to scan different asteroids, and then we're kind of going to go away from this glowing effect right now. This is kind of early right now.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I want to mention as well is you guys have quite a community that is around you guys. Like, your community absolutely loves this game, and they absolutely love you guys. Every time that we've talked about this, the community has reached out and has been talking about it and everything. And so, kudos to you guys for continuing to do that. You say that you're getting ready to launch the token, and one of the questions that I have is, do you guys have burn mechanisms already built in? Like, are there a whole bunch of things that are there to kind of stop this, zero-sum game that keeps happening over and over and over?
See, now you're in my area.
Okay.
The gameplay area. Like, I know my game. Please don't think I don't know my game. But I don't play it every day. But I'm heavy in the team when it comes to our economy. So I could talk about that for hours. So what essentially is happening is, as we watch the evolution of Axie Infinity and kind of see their struggles, we're realizing that a play and earn sustainable MMO cannot have a traditional in-game currency like WoW Gold or EVE Online is.
Yep.
You cannot be minting in-game currency and to be distributing it with. You won't have enough sinks, and there won't be enough sinks to burn. Your mint to burn ratio will be off. No matter what you try to do, there's always going to be people extracting value out. So what we're doing is there's going to be no in-game currency inside Space Misfits. All resources, materials basically become your resource. The Crown token is a marketplace currency. It's going to mirror traditional currency, like if it's a real world economy is what we're creating. So our Crown token is going to be the currency to use inside the marketplace. We will drop the currency on events, leaderboards, things like that. But
so you're just pegging it to the dollar? Is that what you're going to do? The Crown is Crown is $1.
Crown will have its own value on the marketplace or on the exchange.
Okay.
But we will closely monitor and distribute the Crown token through monthly drops, and then scale that distribution as player base scales. We believe this model of not having an actual in-game currency, it's almost like a zero token economy that we're building, and every mineral, every resource is all going to be sold for our Crown token in the marketplace.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So kind of like what Blankos has done, where they don't really have any, like, the token is used obviously for different skins and emotes and stuff like that, but it's not like, hey, you're minting 1 million too much a day, and then you're dealing with an economic shortfall, and everybody's trying to play catch up, which is killing, not killing Pegaxi, but they're dealing with that today as well.
And it's not as simple as just tokenizing a game and launching. There's a lot of one token economy games that are working right now, but they're gonna deal with the same issue of not having
later on.
How players earn Crown tokens is from the marketplace from other players. We'll take a fee from that marketplace and put that in our treasury, but players are not earning the Crown token from NPC drops. You're going to deal with too much inflation. You must earn it through marketplace. So everything you do, all the mining you do, all the materials you collect through NPC drops is all being sold on the marketplace for Crown. So Crown becomes the currency in the game.
Okay. That's awesome.
Interesting.
And when are you guys? So that's kind of the next thing that's coming out, right? Like, that's kind of what you guys are working on. That's like your next sprint. Is that what's happening? Or look, here is Dirty Misfit.
Yeah, there he is.
He made it. Welcome.
Nice.
Hey, everybody in chat. Let's say thank you for Dirty Misfit coming on in at the last minute. Surprise.
Yay.
Yeah, he's saving me on the gameplay part.
So
I think
he's got a bad connection though.
Yeah.
You got a bad connection.
Artisano Junior Orbista says, when can I play in Mac OS?
That's a good question. now that we have successfully funded our game and our team is growing, we definitely could start testing Mac OS. You can play right now. Our game is very optimized to run, say, Parallels. I run the game on Parallels on my MacBook. It runs really, really well. You just need to pick up, Parallels or another emulator that can emulate Windows. But we will be testing and launching a Mac OS version as well.
That's great. All right, so Dirty Misfit is here. Hopefully you can see the screen and you can walk Blackbeard a little bit through what he needs to do right now.
Yeah, I got him, Dirty. I got him in Pirate's Den right now, but you're the SME of the gameplay. So
yeah. It looks like he's doing pretty good. Again, I apologize. I'm on my phone, so I'm in a hotel in San Francisco, so the hotel doesn't have
it's all good.
Really good Wi-Fi.
Hey, we appreciate you just jumping in with us.
Yeah.
Come on, hang out.
No worries.
Yay!
So we're talking about gameplay here right now.
Yeah, it looks like I just killed an enemy, but what else do I do here? How do I mine these glowing stones here?
With right click, maybe.
Your right button. You got to get close enough. I'm guessing you.
So use your right button on it. There
we go.
Yep. There we go.
What I'm not really sure is the frequency. This is new one. This is a new feature.
Adjust frequency to maximize extraction. Do you scroll your mouse button to be able to get that, Sam?
Say that again.
So when he right clicks there to mine, it says adjust frequency to maximize extraction.
So you could be messing with your O and P letters, but I think you got to get much closer though. I think you're too far away.
Oh no, it was working for those. I think I mined all these ones, but I was using O and P. Let's go to this one over here.
Go to a new one. Yeah.
Wow.
So Sam, continue to talk to us. So within the next couple weeks, what is going to happen again? Tell us about that.
So between the player marketplace releasing, we have a big content update this week that will release a bunch of new mid-level zones. We're also working on just some small features that are going to improve gameplay. We hope to list our token, pretty soon. We're announcing some pretty cool exchange listings really, really soon. And
what blockchain are you trying to be on?
Right now, we minted our token on Ethereum, but we bridged over to BSC. So all token distribution will be happening on BSC.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So
and will it be on Binance.us as well? Hopefully.
No.
From those others of us that are in the United States, they're like, getting through Binance is a pain.
Yeah.
We found some ways around it. It's just a pain. I see Dirty smiling as well because he knows my pain. He knows what I'm talking about.
No, we as the creators of the game, we're there with you. We have the pain as well.
Yeah.
Why O and P for the mining? That seems like a
question.
really very far off option for me when I'm playing video games.
We've collected that feedback, and it's one of the features that we're going to be changing with the team once we start doing micro updates on the releases. So we're going to see if we could bind to give it a bind feature, so you could bind it to whatever buttons you may want, or even change the OMP to the scroll on your mouse to make it a little bit more intuitive for mining.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I didn't notice C or V, Charlie or Victor, being bind to anything. I mean, that's an easy one for me to move over because then I just need access to both forward and back for my thrust, and then I can move my index finger over to C and V to make that change without having to do too much more. So
right. We're just trying to make it as difficult as possible for you. That's pretty
apparently.
I
mean,
touche.
That's a good one.
So Dirty, tell us, what is your role within the company? What are the things that you do?
I'm currently the financial manager, or CFO for a better fancy word. But kind of like the Sam's right hand man. We kind of started from day one together. Served together in the Navy. I'm still active duty Navy, and currently an
Wow.
analytics student at
Appreciate you.
Syracuse. Yeah, no worries. Currently studying analytics at Syracuse. So I'm usually into the finance stuff of the game, and very into the whole process of from the engineering part, development part, all the way to the community. So kind of have my hand tied into a little bit of everything, helping out Sam and just being like I don't know, response medium for the company as well, from the community all the way to the core team.
That's great. You know, and it's interesting to have both of you guys here, and you know, the conversation has been coming up so much, and we're going to talk about this a lot later as well. And you guys are more than welcome to stay. We're going to be talking about the play to earn space and a lot of things that are going on right now. And obviously, the OpenSea hack was one of the, you know, a situation that just happened yesterday. And every time we have one of these things happen, it's like I feel like it just, you know, continues to make that argument against Web3, you know, and it's just like, just give it a shot. Like, just let it grow, let it build. And, you know, we're seeing, you know, the Axie Infinity token also, you know, go to less than a cent. We've seen Peg Axie, you know, go through its hype cycle and then, you know, and then dive as well. And we're just watching, you know, hype cycle after hype cycle. And it's something that Blackbeard and I talk about very, very often. We had a whole conversation about it this week about it as well. And it's something that, you know, we want to bring up as well. And it looks like you guys are going to try a different way, a different approach in regards to how to handle the economy of Space Misfits. And that is, it's great to be able to watch all of these other, you know, projects that are out there, and not to say that you want them to fail, but to be able to learn from their mistakes, you know, and what's going to work, what's not going to work, what's not going to be a zero-sum game. And, you know, what is it that, where do you guys feel like what are you watching closest right now? Are you trying this model on your own, this new model? Are you trying this from like the Blancos model? Like what are you trying to accomplish in regards to Space Misfits, besides the token not diving to, you know, going up to 30 cents and then diving back down to nothing? So
yeah, we're trying to create a sustainable economy. We're also trying to create something that hasn't been done. I mean, point me to a white paper that tells us exactly what to do, how to create a sustainable economy. It hasn't been done yet. Axie Infinity got really close, but they're dealing with their own issues, and I think they will fix it. I think they got enough funding and an amazing team to kind of fix their economy. And I give them much respect because you know, we're doing things that no one's done before. I can't point to a traditional game that is running a virtual economy like ours. In fact, we're trying to remove a lot of the traditional MMO aspects of in-game currency and really do something completely revolutionary. And so, you know, we're going to model it, we're going to prototype it, we're advising with economists, and we're going to see if it's going to work. You know, we have tons of sinks in our game, and this is an open world. And I feel like, you know, the strategy of taking traditional studio revenue of subscriptions and skins and all those things, and making that, you know, purchasable through your own native token is really, really powerful. You'll have a studio sacrificing revenue for huge sinks, and that's a model already doing. I mean, Fortnite, the amount of money they earn from skins alone is ridiculous. So that's a huge sink for us that we can implement. So we are going to follow sort of that traditional studio revenue model, but it's going to be different because it's with our own native token.
Yeah. One of the things that Baron Crypto says is, one thing I really like about the game is it's very dynamic. There are many things to do, so it doesn't get boring. And I think that you know, you said you've been building for what, 3 years now. What is it? Okay, so we know what's coming up in the near future. You've got your marketplace, you've got tokenomics, you've got things like that are happening. Are you now? Let's talk about Q4. By Q4 of this year, obviously, no one's going to hold you to anything. But like, what are you hoping? What are you hoping to be at?
Q4 this year, we're going to have Disembark up, and we're going to have tons of game content. Our next phase after Disembark is called Habitats, and that's when we take what we have right now, a very controlled gameplay where we're telling players where to go, which zones they can access, and all that. Habitats brings more of an open world concept where, we've already built the engine of procedurally generated worlds inside Rogue. We take that engine now, expand the universe with that engine, and now we have hundreds of different systems players can travel to, and that's what Habitat is going to bring. Sort of this.
So is that kind of like a No Man's Sky sort of idea?
Yeah.
Wow. No.
Yeah, and
That's
that's what
very
Rogue
cool.
is. So when you enter Rogue right now, as he's in Space Agent, he chooses Pirates Den. That opens up a procedurally generated world that is completely random. There's like 10 million different possibilities when it comes to background colors and objects and celestials and all that. So that is an engine that we're going to use for Habitats to build hundreds of different universes that's going to be scalable for us. So we've got the foundation, right? Like we've built all this and it's all on multiplayer and everything. So now we're just layering content and scaling the game this year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, you were talking. Go ahead, May. Go ahead.
Are you gonna be able to purchase like a planet? With this kind of genre right now, there are a lot of MMOs like this out there that's also play to earn. Like you can own like a portion of that, metaverse. Like, is this gonna be a thing also for Space Misfits?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great.
So like you're gonna be able to build something on that as well, or it's just pure mining and PvP taking over the asteroid or something.
Yeah, it's going to be an open world concept. It's going to be heavily based on trading and marketing. So, or not marketing, but just trading in the marketplace. So, every player will be transacting on the marketplace. If you have, say you're a miner and you just want to mine minerals, you're going to be operating inside the marketplace, selling all your goods, earning crown, and then going back and progressing through the game, getting to accesses in areas that have more rare minerals, more rare asteroids and all that to be able to progress through. So it's all about progression and just using that marketplace and playing different roles in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
is it May that asked that question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My phone is like super small. Everybody's really small on my phone. But as far as like owning anything on planets, there's gonna be some land that you can own, and there's gonna be some type of ownership on those planets. Yeah, that's something that's always been on the scope of development.
And what is the reason for owning land? Like, what do you get out of owning the land?
Yeah, I can answer that. So land we call is going to be planet outposts. These are outposts that will produce resources and everything. So resources that like food and water and things like that the player needs in the marketplace to buy. So we have already got those tokens out. We've got about 20 different holders or so that own planet outpost tokens, and those are just going to be a place that you can set up, extract resources from the land, and then move those resources out to the station into the marketplace. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I'm really cautious on scope here. I've always been someone that, like, we can promise the world, we can say we're going to do all these things, but I like to keep things reasonable and talk about things that are going to happen within a couple years, not something that's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. So like the first phase really is just a simple planet outpost gameplay that just extracts resources. You can walk around your planet and set up shop there. But further down, there's more things like we can do. We could talk about planet warfare and all these things and taking over bases and all that.
Wow.
But
yeah, that's super cool.
This is just going to be an open world, and our biggest focus is just getting our economy right. And because if we get that right, and we launch a really successful and sustainable play and earn economy, the world's our oyster in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the other questions I have. Obviously, this is free to play right now. Do you always plan to keep it free to play to earn? Do you plan on launching it Steam, all that other sort of, like, what are your plans in regards to launch platforms and stuff like that?
Yeah, so it's a we used to call it play to earn, and I got away from that because I feel like that's a job. So we
Mm-hmm.
moved to the concept of play and earn, but it's also free to
Yeah.
play, and it follows the freemium model that a traditional game is with subscriptions, skins, and all that. But a player can enter for free. It's going to be a grind. They can earn a little bit of crown, but they need to
Mm-hmm.
progress through and earn materials and sell those items for crown. And crown is the lubricant for the entire universe. We control the distribution and how much crown can be earned each month. But the player will be earning crown from other players through trade, and that's the biggest way that they're going to be earning.
If I'm thinking right, then it's kind of the model that we see with some of the other like you said a little bit earlier. It's the same model as like what we see with a lot of the Web 2 games that are out there right now, where you can grind and you can get the top things that you want, or you can just you can buy it from the marketplace and you can kind of advance as fast or as slow as you want. Uh, Although we found some people that are pretty good at the grind. Some people are just like epic grinders. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we wanted to tell people kind of how to get started, where would you guide them first? Like, Dirty, give us a quick okay, guys, your first 3 hours in the game as it stands right now. Go mine, go get a whole bunch of resources, go to the marketplace, sell. Like, tell us what that looks like.
Right. So definitely, like Sam said, like you're saying here, the grind is definitely part of this update. The best thing is to finish the missions. So you have mission scales from tier 1 to tier 5. Tier 3, it starts giving you a better loadout. So you get better ships. And with the progression of the missions, you are able to access different levels inside of those missions where the game rewards you with drops with blueprints. Those blueprints are one-time use. If you have enough resources or enough bits, you can exchange whatever you may need with other players to create those blueprints and bring them to life and use them to progress into the game. Those drops that the game gives you for rewards are better tier weapons, so you're able to defeat the NPCs with a lot more ease, and you're able to navigate a lot faster with the drops of blueprints, ships that the game rewards you for finishing these missions. So the best advice that I can give, and I do this on stream all the time when I'm on Twitch. I make sure that everybody understands that the mission right now is essential to be done, because once you get to level 4 to level 5, the rewards at level 5, at tier 5, it's just amazing for finishing. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. We have
Yeah.
players that have gone to level 5 in less than 4 to 5 days. But those are, like I said, those are outliers, and they're grinders, and they really understand the mechanics of the game. But it usually takes a little bit longer for people that are new to the MMO RPG type style games, and the space shooters is not for everybody. So whoever tries to get in gets a little frustrated at first because NPCs might be a little hard. But
Yeah, I've
the
seen
levels
those
from
comments.
yeah,
Oh,
the levels,
Jesus.
the beginning levels is definitely not hard. And for me, I'm a player that at Web 2 games, what I play is FPS shooters, and I got into this game, and for 2 weeks I was just grinding myself, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm kind of hooked now. So definitely the missions is where it's at. Or you can
Yeah.
have the community is amazing. I know that people come and ask questions, and they leave with stuff because people just give them like blueprints and resources to them for them to get started. So we see that on Discord all the time where people are just like, give me your in-game name, let's go to the web app, let's trade, I'll give you these resources, you can create this ship, or here's a free ship so you can just go and do your thing and just progress through the game a little faster. So we've seen that
Do you
as well.
still lose? Is it still like hardcore mode? Like if you get killed, you have lost it all, and then you got to go
Right.
build it
Yeah.
again?
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, yes, if you don't protect yourself, you will lose that one-time
Oh, this is really
blueprint.
serious.
So
Thank
the
goodness.
grind is the
Yeah.
grind is for real.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
I'm gonna request one
that's
player.
really
I
a good
remember
thing.
what it means to lose everything. When you wanted to
What's
throw
the
the
Yeah.
sheep?
computer out the window. That was 2.5 weeks of work in 3 Nagy runs. Come on, people.
Yeah. So this update is very it's very driven to teamwork. Definitely if you have
Mm-hmm.
a
Yes.
friend or a
Oh,
guild that you may
War
play with,
Riders bad.
uh, it, for sure.
Just wait and see, because the YGG community will all get together and everyone will start playing it together and they'll just start
Oh,
rushing through. So that is what's been
this is
happening
where
a
Vaas
lot.
Troopers were. This is where Vaas Troopers were formed in this game, right, Vaas? Bro,
Yeah, you
I
can
think
yeah.
they
you'd be
were.
surprised. There's some people that are there's some players that already have uh, basically a trading job. They collect all the resources and they trade it to players for exchange of other things, and that's like their job.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's
That's
amazing.
good.
And are they making IRL cash? Are they making real life cash through it, or are
So
they just taking
currently,
crowns right now?
yeah. So currently they'll exchange it for crown and then digital crowns, which you get from the game. Once we
Yep,
launch, they'll then exchange it in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
that's great. That's great.
And you just have to finish the tutorial, right, for you to be able to get crown, get started with collecting crowns.
Right for the story mode, that's one of the best way. If you're solo, if you're doing the solo missions, the best way is to just do the
Mm-hmm.
missions by yourself, and if you could get help, great.
Yep.
Once you have a team of players, you can go into the end zone games. The end zone games will give you
Oh.
some really good drops. They'll give you creolite where you can exchange it to the on the station for ionized creolite, which you can exchange it for crown digital crowns. But that one's a little harder. That one's you definitely have to put your 100 hours plus and really be really good
Yeah.
at the mechanics of the game to be able to get to that level.
Inertia 5516 says no risk equals no reward equals no fun, and I agree with you
That's true.
We should put that on the
100%
That
there,
is
webpage.
man.
true.
That's right. I absolutely love that. Well, you guys, we have really enjoyed having you. Is there anything that you'd like to just like share? Hey guys, just a quick couple points, Sam. Let us know, like, you got to go do this right now. Keep an eye out for this. And also, we would love to keep in contact with you guys as well, so that we can kind of progress through. I know Game Hunters is all about finding, these new groups that are out there. And I know that you guys really, that we all played as a community. But
Yes.
what would you tell our audience right now?
Yeah, just keep an eye on us. Our full economy is not out yet. We're creating a sustainable economy and we're doing it right. And I mean, you can come and play right now. Come play the game, play the missions, play the tutorials, and earn some crown tokens. Those tokens are being listed. We're launching, and yeah, I mean, just come play now. We have a lot more content coming out. If you want to wait till listing and then come play, hey, that's great too. But yeah, we just we're trying to build a really fun game to play that focuses on the gameplay first. Attracts a traditional gamer who wants to come and just play a game. And yeah, we're pretty excited. We got just a lot going on. So this year is going to be really, really big for us.
Well, we're excited for 2022 for you guys especially. And remind me, are you guys YGG partnered? Were you able to get a partnership with them? So, all right.
That's right. Yeah, we did. Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Even Sarah Toop.
Sarah Toby. Yep.
Fantastic.
He's one of our advisors.
That's absolutely fantastic. We love Sarah Toby. Everybody loves the time with him for sure.
He's helped us kind of craft our economy, and he's been a nice guiding light on what we should be doing. So he's been awesome.
It's amazing being able to watch what's happened and what the pitfalls that can come. So I love the fact that he's able to guide you, and I'm really excited to see what happens with Space Misfits. 100%. Dirty, thank you so much for joining us as well. I know it was quick, but guys, let's give some shout outs to Space Misfits. We're going to be playing these guys' game as well. And you guys are more than welcome to stay with us as well. We are going to be talking about the current state of play to earn games and would love to get some of your guys' insight and feedback on it as well. But 100% up to you guys. We are going to pivot though, everybody. It is time for May to talk about a little bit about Light Night. We've been talking with those guys, and
let's go. Our queen,
the queen. So tell us what's been going on with Light Night. There's a whole bunch of information coming out with them, guys.
Okay.
I've got your screen as well, May. Go ahead.
Yes, right there. So, guys, about Light Night, you all know about this game. We've been playing this, like week in, week out, and we are planning to do a tournament, a mini tournament like we did before with Blancos, where you can come and join the YGG family in playing this game. So basically, for those who don't know Light Night, this is a battle royale game, kind of like PUBG. You know this stuff. So with Light Night, for those of you, Light Night team is moving now their game into a play turn ecosystem now. Starting March 2022, your favorite blockchain deathmatch multiplayer and play turn NFT game will run on the world's fastest blockchain network. So that's Solana. This move will significantly change Light Knight's non-fungible token, NFT, infrastructures, reward systems, and art design. Yes, I think they're gonna be moving from this polygon design to a better, not really better, but a different kind of mode.
Like more polished.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So one of the shift significant changes will be the future play to earn reward features and the new Light Night NFT rarity system. The style, the functionalities, and such as options for lending or staking. So I know NoACL has been really grinding this one. And what can you say
Yay.
about their really big shift? Like, but yeah, actually they're not really shifting the whole game. So if you own like the Light Night, the first version of it, they're gonna be calling it the Legacy. It's still gonna be in Bitcoin Lightning Network, but the new version will be in Solana. So
Yeah,
you
there'll
better
be two
watch out
games
for all.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's cool. I'm
So
looking
you're
forward
looking
to it,
forward to it?
honestly. I haven't played it a lot recently, but early on, in the early days, I was playing it when it was like COVID-19 survival mode was the only mode to get rewards.
It's the only mode that I did
Um,
well in. I'm just gonna say right there because I'm terrible at
Yeah, the
first-person
COVID.
shooters.
we had
I'm
the
so
motivation
bad.
to
Yeah.
destroy all of the
Yes.
COVID spores. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it goes on Solana and all that. The update is
Mm-hmm.
huge. I'm in the game right now actually. If you want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
you
the
can.
menus.
I'll get you.
Let's go.
Share your screen because I don't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There it
CLS
is.
sharing his screen.
so yeah, they
Oh
they
Oh,
made
looks
wow.
some like massive
oh,
updates to
looks
Whoa.
like
the in-game
Yeah,
UI.
a
really
Fortnite,
massive
a
update.
That
Fortnite
looks like
mode.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
Fortnite.
actually a
really,
battle
really
pass now.
fun.
So there's like
Ah,
quests. Yeah,
well,
they've
that's
got
great.
Yep.
everything sorted.
So I need to
Pretty
get
well
my
now.
son and his buddies in here. Is that what I'm
Here's the
hearing?
battle pass. You got your dailies.
Yes,
You
yes.
Got the
got
free
So yeah,
weekly
guys. Yeah.
guys,
battle
if you
pass.
wanna get into this game, we are actually giving away 5 free accounts, courtesy of Light Night. So this collab of Game Hunters and Light will be giving out 10 free accounts. 10 free accounts of
10 free
Light Night.
accounts, people.
Yeah, so better tag your friends now, because right now a little later on we'll be raffling 5, and then we'll be announcing the how you would get the chance to get the other half of it, for other of your friends to join us next week, because next week we will be playing this game with our community. So we will also be joined in with two of our game huntresses, which is Boring Forever and Labu. So if you guys wanna get in the fun and get a free account um, via this collab with Light Night, you can just tune in, because we will be raffling 5, and you have to be here to get your free account. So as you can see on NoACL screen, it's really looking slick, right?
Play a match.
Yeah,
Like
Play a
massive
match.
improvements.
Yeah,
Like
play
it's
play
crazy.
one
match.
match,
Play a
Yes.
play one
match.
match.
Do
Yeah,
it. Do it.
Should I do deathmatch?
Of course.
let's
All right,
Yeah, let's
let's
go.
do this.
Yeah.
go.
So the Light Night Legacy features. This is
Okay.
the this is the first one. It is under BTC. You can earn gaming NFT, your BTC as well. So the Light Night Legacy leverage Liquid, a Bitcoin sidechain, for its in-game assets tokenization needs. Liquid runs parallel to the Bitcoin blockchain. It is a two-way peg that supports the free flow of Bitcoin between it and the Bitcoin blockchain. While Light Night on Solana, it features Solana network support, LNC, which is Light Night Coin. They'll be releasing that. NFTs as well and other features. So just watch out for this new one that's gonna come out very soon. And they're gonna come up with NFT rarities and on all this one. And also along with they have announced all their patches. The boxes are fixed. I know they players, the dead body moving bug, health out of sync bug, invincible players bug,
Oh,
the
I could have been
quitting.
invincible? What was
Oh,
I thinking?
yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
That's what
I
should have
didn't know
happened.
about
I would have played
yeah,
so much
never.
invincible
better if I would
bug.
have had
Yeah.
that.
If only,
So
right?
even their
If only.
anti-cheat, they've upgraded their anti-cheat to a higher version now. So Epic Games claims the crash on launch issue particularly happens on Mac OS should be fixed in this version. So if you want to know more about the patch notes, we will share that link on that Reddit article so you
Sounds sweet.
guys can check that out. Also, we got the link also there for the latest updates regarding their new features, the Solana version, and as well as the Light Night Legacy. So we're giving out 5 accounts of that. So it's not gonna be, some of them were really worried. Gonna do with my my first account in Light Night. So it's still playable, like Noacia said. They are just launching a new version of it on Solana. So, but I think on how it looks, the graphics is gonna be like all throughout.
Noisio, you're showing us
They'll
Legacy right now, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, this is
yeah,
this is
I'm
Legacy
not
right
finding
here.
any matches right now.
Yeah,
But
go ahead and
yeah,
back out, see if you can find
Mm-hmm.
something else.
for sure.
There's still
Yeah.
But
single
huge
player stuff there
improvements
too.
across the board. I also wanted to add on to what you were saying, May. They actually have frequent
Yep.
community events as well, where you can win like premium skins and yeah, items that you can
Yes,
equip.
It's like
yeah.
So
once a week,
keep
I
an eye
think
on
they
their
do
Discord.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
Yep, it's
frequent
on
events.
every Friday. I think it's every Friday.
yeah.
It's it's headed by One Strike, the guy that we
That we
if
had
you
last
want to
time.
check out the past episode that we had with One Strike, he explained pretty much all of the nitty-gritty stuff in playing Light Night. So if you want to check that out on our YouTube channel, give us a follow while you're
Give us a
there,
follow, smash that
subscribe,
like,
Yes,
smash
subscribe,
please.
that like
smash
Subscribe.
button.
that button. Let's do it.
So yeah.
Uh,
So
all
is
right.
everybody ready for our giveaway? Let's start the ball rolling.
I will
Well,
start that
will
ball
be
rolling. I'm ready here.
okay.
So let me go ahead and get the
Oh, hi Z. Hi Z. Z is in YDG Discord.
everybody loves it when Z is here.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, except that we're not sharing to audio. So uh, all right. So everybody, if you remember how this works, I'm going to give you links and we will go ahead and let you start signing up. You are going to be signing up for the giveaway February 20th, 2022. I'm putting those links in all of the socials and also here as well. So
Mhm.
these
While we-
giveaways, yes, go on.
I was just gonna ask. I didn't hear anything about a tournament. Like, I thought there was a tournament. I didn't. Did I miss all the tournament stuff about Light Night?
So we're trying to get
Sure.
other community members to get the account so they can play with us next week when we do the custom game.
Okay.
So for those of you who wanna win this free accounts and be able to join us next week as we play Light Night, so go ahead and just follow the instructions on how to win a free account on Light Night.
Yep. So the way that it works is you click on the link and you apply with your email, your Discord, and your wallet, and we will sort it from there. So hold on. So I've got one so far. I've got one person, two people that have entered. So your chances of winning are very, very high. So while No ACL is showing us some of this gameplay and stuff like that as well. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about briefly tonight as well for the next 15 minutes or so. We know that the play to earn space, we feel that, this is something that we really need to bring up and we really need to talk about and to see, everybody's take on if play to earn is viable, if people are just getting it wrong, if the tokenomics and the economics don't make any sense, if we're going to see potential government intervention at some point. I mean, there's a lot of hacks, there's a lot of rug pulls, there's a lot of things that have been going on lately, and my fear, and I've said this all along, my fear is that if you continue to see enough people get scammed and enough people have trouble, then eventually big governments are going to start getting in the middle of it. You're going to see Europe turn against it. You're going to see North America turn against it. I think that some teams are kind of hedging their bets. My concern has to do with tokenomics. I don't think, just like the Spacemisfits guys just said, we haven't seen one project yet that hasn't gone through a hype cycle and then dumped to next to nothing. And there's a lot of losers that happen in with that. So Blackbeard, I know that you had a lot that you wanted to say about this, and I just kind of wanted you to be able to start off with it, because I know that you talked to the Rune group about this a lot. And I just, it would be irresponsible for us not to be at least talking about it a little bit. So what is some of your take in this, Blackbeard?
Yeah, see, one of my concerns is that a lot of the play to earn games, the economies, since they're handing out so many rewards, the sell pressure is going to be too high to actually sustain the economy. There's not enough people reinvesting back into the game. And when you're done with the hype cycle, there's not new players reinvesting. So basically, the new players that are investing at the peak of the hype cycle are just giving their money to the developers and the early investors and losing out in every single instance.
Yeah, one of the things that I know that I spoke at length this week with Blackbeard about as well is it didn't even matter for Pegaxi that the developers themselves were saying, please don't invest. Like Ken himself was the CEO of Pegaxi, was literally sitting there saying, stop, don't do this. Corey saying, even on our stream, hey guys, like there's a problem here. Don't do this, And also, if you're in the YGG voice text right now, you can enter into the YGG airdrop. So, like Blackbeard, No ACL, Gohan, Cydrake, May, like I know that Blackbeard and I have talked a lot about it, but what are your guys' take on this? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I think Blackbeard is right. Like the risk. I used to snipe for games that are free to play and then I can earn at the same time. But the later on, I found it's kind of evident that the more free players are in there, there's imbalance between the paid ones, the really investing ones, compared to the free players. It kind of messes up the whole economy, and that's why I said we'd rather call it play and earn rather than play to earn. And there should be a balance between, how much paid players are in there, versus the free ones. And also, if like it's good for the economy to have both of them, right? Like it's only beneficial for the both parties, but there has to be a certain limit to like how, like the perks for the paid one, paid, to get into the game, to get the game going, the economy. So I think it would be a great idea to have like a thin line, separating these two, and like have the perks for the paid players alongside with what the free players can also gain from the game. Because I've been seeing, a lot regarding some games like Titan Arena. Most comments of the paid players over Twitter is that they are saying that the free players are ruining the game. I am one of the free players actually, and I also have we also have the I also have the paid account. So I am in the midst of it. I'm not playing that much Titan Arena lately, and I've been seeing like some of the free players are like, the legendary ones, they're so OP, and then the paid ones, they're also saying like, free player guys, they don't have anything to lose. So if you team up with them and they just, like throw away the chances of winning, they don't care. So it's a bit unfair for them. So it's always gonna be a debate in there, but yeah, that's my take on that. There should be a balance. That's all I think about in that one.
What do you think, Noisio?
Yeah, honestly, I agree with a lot of the points. A lot of these just projects in general, everyone's still trying to figure it out, and
Mm-hmm.
we just got to be patient and continue to be creative with how we try to come up with solutions. And it's important, like a lot of these different groups, they're being transparent and communicating with like all the different communities, and trying to come and work together to find a solution. So just give it time. It's early. Like Thetan
Yeah.
Arena, it hurts as well, but I still understand it's early, and like
Mm-hmm.
we just got to give it time, and continue to work together, see what we can come up with.
Do you think that this potentially could hurt the space as a whole long term? That's the big question I have.
Right.
Gohan?
Yeah, go ahead, Gohan.
I have a lot of processes here, but at the end of the day, we're so early that it's going to be some time. Yes, it sucks because some of the sentiment that I was hearing and watched through Blackbeard's conversations and stuff like that were very meaningful, and very thoughtful, that you need to make sure that you are on that process and what's actually happening. And because we're so early in this process, that you got to give it time. And some people are okay with that being, a month, and some people are okay with that being 10 years. Right. And so, yeah, like I said before, and I think most of you guys know here, I've been in this space in crypto since 2011. And so I've seen a lot of that ebbs and flows.
OG.
So, I mean, I see it, and it's just like, okay, well, how can I best help this situation to make sure everyone else gets to move into that next part of it? And it's fun, it's enjoyable, and the hardest thing is trying to make sure that people do what they like to do, period. And so that word of play and earn is better than play to earn, for the simple fact of, I'm a moderator, so I see a ton of people coming in like, well, what can I make? What can I do right now? What can I play right now? It's like, well, what games do you already play? And let me point you in that direction to find games that you may already want to play, because they're already in the same genre. Now, again, that doesn't come down to ecosystems or anything like that, but at least that way they're already in that process to try to find something that they can replace to potentially earn something while they're already having fun. And at the end of the day, that's all I can say, right? I can't go based off of a ton more, because we're still so early into it. And all the stuff that we're seeing right now is going to change at some point. And, we just hope that they're all going to do what's in the best interest for the community, as well as for all the player base, not just a specific version or a specific portion of the player base. Everyone that's playing. And
I will say one thing
I'm
to
here.
add on to your comments.
Yeah.
Is like one thing I like about some of the games that are emerging, and like Blackbeard's familiar with it as well, is like giving the power to the player base to kind of like dictate how the economy evolves, and like being the ones that are able to kind of guide like how things progress. You know what I mean? Like as far as earning assets within the games, and like obtaining NFTs. So Wonder Hero's a good one that they started off pretty well. We'll see how it goes. but that model in general of like everything is driven by the player, as opposed to them constantly having to come up with like burning mechanics and all of these different things that we see, all this volatility, right? So like
Uh,
Gohan said, and
Yeah.
I said, just we got to give it time. Like everyone's still learning, it's new.
That's true.
But yeah,
what do you
we'll
I
think,
have
see.
a,
Blackbeard?
I have a good question. Do you feel the way that influencers are representing the space is giving people the wrong idea? Because a lot of the videos are like, oh, earn
Ah,
this amount of money, earn that amount of money, rather than
mm,
play this
that's a good
game
point.
and have the possibility to earn, right? So everyone's
Yeah,
coming in already thinking, oh, I'm going to make bank, I'm going to make money.
that is true.
And,
That is true.
It can be
right?
misleading and like the clickbait as well.
It can be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
with the cash.
So,
It's
so,
it's it's
so
clickbait.
the question is the
It
target
is.
audience should it be the crypto crowd who's just looking for money, or should it be the actual gamers who are looking for ownership of their assets? I mean, they're going to be a little bit harder to convince, but it's going to be better for sustainability long term than a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of people who are just seeking ROI.
One of the things that
It
we
is
have in the
true.
comments right now from Danger B is current mainstream gaming culture with pay to win, freemium, loot chest, etc. is so different from the play to earn and play and earn model that it is a complete 180 for most people to get their minds around, overcoming lots of cultural
Mm-hmm.
inertia. And I agree with that as well. I think that's right. I think
Yeah.
the other thing is, and I've said this multiple times, with the exception of Blankos, because I actually think Blankos has done it right. They don't have a token that can get buried to zero, even though a lot of people have sat there and said, "Hey, I wish you had a token that was on the market." Well, think about it. If they would have had a token that was on the market as well, would people still be playing Blankos today? People are playing Blankos to have fun. Plus, they can have the ownership of the NFTs, which is what we're all saying that we want, right? We want
Yep.
ownership of assets. I don't care necessarily if I have ownership of tokens. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the investment, like the gamified investment. I absolutely love it. I think it's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. But I'm petrified of something happening like what happened in OpenSea and a year's worth of work for a whole bunch of us, a year's worth of the grind is all of a sudden gone because I clicked one signature request wrong. And that's
Uh-huh.
my
Yeah.
that's my greatest fear, is, man, I put a ton of time into this. The games are okay. They're getting better. But they're not there yet. I mean, I'm really excited for what we're going to see with Gala. I'm really excited for what we're going to see with Rune. Like, there's projects I'm excited about. I'm excited for Illuvium. I'm excited for Guild of Guardians. I'm excited for I'm excited for Mirandus, but a lot of these games, I mean, there's a reason why you see games take 5 to 10 years without ever announcing. I know that I've used this example before, but how many people are still talking about New World in the hype
Mm-hmm.
cycle? And how long did it take
Yeah.
them to build New World? It took them like 10 years to build New World, and nobody's playing it anymore. So,
Mm-hmm.
Cydrake, we haven't heard from you yet. What is some of your takes on play to earn? Is this sustainable?
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to hear everybody so I could talk about it. So, yeah, I think we are on the same page, everybody. We already know that we are in an experimental phase right now. We don't have like a specific right way to have a balanced tokenomics or have a really good gameplay, play to earn system. So, it's really difficult to know this is the way. And well, I know that everybody, well, we already want to have like a really beautiful NFT world where everybody is earning and having so much fun, and that everybody in the real world comes here into the NFT metaverse. But remember that, well, there's still really good video games outside regarding Fortnite
Amazing
or
games.
maybe Call of
Mm-hmm.
Duty. And right now, here in
Oh.
the NFT video games, we don't have that kind of games. So Yeah, we have
That
maybe
is
some blancos, but we don't have a Call of Duty yet. We don't have a
Yeah.
League of Legends yet. Maybe
Yep.
we have Titan Arena, but it's not the same as League of Legends or MOBA. And we don't have a World of Warcraft, but there are so many projects that are going to be launched during this year and maybe the next year, and they are going to be AAA. So I think it's really early right now. It's really difficult to say that if it's going to work, all the new projects that are going to be launched. I don't know that answer, but I'm really excited about what it's going to happen. And the other thing, it's regarding the NFTs. Remember that we have two different like categories. We have the NFTs for the video games, and we have the NFTs for the collections. The collections have been doing
mm-hmm.
pretty well. They have been creating really good benefits to all the people, and that's the particular world that all the companies are focusing on. It's not the video games right now because they aren't
Mhm.
really sure, but they are trying with the loyalty programs, but based on the NFTs. And they are doing really great on that category. And they are starting to take off all the fear and starting to experiment with the video games. So the same thing is happening with Ubisoft. Ubisoft started just with Axie Infinity, and now they are going to experiment with their own NFTs. So it's really early, but let's see what happens next.
I could add
The-
one comment actually,
Go ahead.
Cydrake, which is good. Regardless, like we're all talking about it openly, right? And we all kind of relate in a similar way. But regardless what direction any game goes or however things are being developed, we do know that one of the main focuses should be at least is to like help give value to the player rather than seeing
Yeah.
how can we extract
Yeah.
value from the players. So at least we know that this is just the beginning of providing and giving back to the actual player base and the creators and the people that keep these projects going. So there's a positive at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'd say more in the independent gaming space, but you also know companies like Ubisoft, EA, they're going to be using NFTs as a monetization method.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
don't, they've been doing it for years with microtransactions, loot boxes. So when you see those companies entering the NFT space, just know they want nothing to do with
Yeah.
giving back to the players. They want to do with
Yeah.
banking off the players as much as possible.
But even though that help us because that's
That's a
Yeah,
flip
marketing for
too.
us. That's
yeah,
free
Mm-hmm.
marketing because everybody is going to hear about Ubisoft and the NFTs, and maybe they don't really like Ubisoft, but they are going to start researching about NFTs just because of
Yeah.
that news. That
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
those news are going to grow.
we
yeah.
all know that the early adopters, I mean, for me personally, there's actually three sides of this. So we all know that YGG is very philanthropic. We use that word a lot.
Yeah.
And we're very much so philanthropic through the Axie Infinity boom, even before that boom, and are still very much so a part of Axie Infinity and about 24 other games, which is amazing. We're seeing, and I've said this before, every step of the way, every promise that YGG has made, they have continued to make through the entire step of the way. They did the airdrop with the sword and the shield. They gave $7.5 million back to the community. You know,
Yeah.
they have launched game ambassador programs. They have launched game tester programs. They have launched community moderator programs. They have said, hey, here's the jobs available. Come join us. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
every step of the way, I feel like they have been incredibly honorable. And I forget about that because sometimes I mean, I remember the first time that I cashed out of Axie Infinity and I was so scared. Cydrake had to
Yes.
walk me through every single step because I was so afraid because
Yeah, it was
because that
really
is
fun.
the you hear about all the scams, right? And so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
Uh-huh.
don't
exactly.
know, like,
That's
oh my
true.
gosh, am I going to transfer this to the wrong wallet? And all of a sudden, all my hard-earned money is gone, and we're at the end of the hype cycle. And so this is my way of getting the money back out. and I don't know about this. And that is the
Yes.
narrative right now. We're seeing that
Mhm.
as the narrative. You're going to get scammed. You're going to get rug pulled. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. This is going to happen to you. You're going to lose all your money. Like, that's what Web 2 is saying about us right now.
Yes.
They're
You know,
not
one
talking.
thing that I think about this whole situation, at least for me, it's making me feel this way, especially with like OpenSea. Like that's $200 million worth of people's, you know, property essentially that was taken, right?
Mhm.
Now, it sucks honestly, but this just opens everyone's eyes, and it's like maybe we should take a minute and really focus and try to like get some fundamental knowledge and like learn how to like read Etherscan, learn how to do things, even if it's slowly by
Uh-huh.
slowly, but we're
That is
navigating,
true.
you know, we're
Totally
navigating this
agree.
vehicle. We should enhance our toolkit to be able to, you know, make sure we can, yeah, navigate safely. You know, we've seen it in the past, like technology starts to boom and then it outpaces the people, and we're all kind of just like, you know, depending on your range and then how much time you put in, sometimes you may need assistance with email or banking or whatever it is, right? So we
Yeah.
want to like, we know we're going into a more sophisticated realm. These things are very technical. Look at just the basics of securing your assets, like cold wallets, all of these different things, right? Even signatures and all these different things. Like, we got to take our time and, you know, get your feet wet and try to learn a little bit as you go, so you can protect yourself at least to some degree, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
dangerous out here if you don't really know, you're taking risks. So
That
Uh,
is true.
One of the things that
That is
to,
so
to
true.
deviate just for a second, first off, there's 12 people that have signed up, and let me just tell you right now, you are in for the ride of your life if there are only 12 people signed up, because we have 5 Light Night accounts to hand out, and we also
Mm-hmm.
have 3 winners that will come
Oh
from Space
no.
Misfits as well.
Space Misfits.
A premium ship plus resources for Space Misfits. So if you still just
3
want 12
winners.
people, it's totally fine, because we'll all start signing up as well.
Yes.
Because some of those things are things that I would like as well. So
Yes.
same
If that's
giveaway
the case,
form.
we'll get
Just go ahead. Yeah.
same
Same
giveaway
giveaway
form.
form. Just go sign up.
Yes,
We have
yes.
said it a couple times. Let's get back to this conversation though. Monster Games says, I think it's not the player's fault. If they enjoy the game, they will stay. But if the developer of that game
Mm-hmm.
doesn't update the game or develop it to be a more
Totally agree.
entertaining game, then mostly the players will be bored and find a new and exciting game. I think that's actually what we're seeing right now. We're seeing games that quite frankly suck, that are just a click. You know, I mean,
Clickers.
well,
Clickers.
look at how many people played Alien Worlds, like, and Crypto Mines,
Yeah.
Crypto Blades, like all of these things. Like, it's almost more about timing the hype cycle than it is about timing the game, and then just everybody exits the game. I mean, how many people exited Axie over the past 3 months? You know,
I was honestly
because
surprised. Like, I thought there
I
were a
was
lot
too.
of just genuine Axie lovers out there. But
But
They were
yeah,
genuine money
Yeah.
lovers, and when some
but
money was
you,
gone, they went to the next one.
and
That's
that was Peg Axie.
Yes.
that's what's going
I
to
mean,
keep happening over and over again if we keep on basing the whole entire marketing of the metaverse on how much money you can make. That's who
right.
we're going
That
to
is
Yeah.
attract,
true.
you know?
Yeah, and
Mm.
that happens also with the NFTs collections. That's the same thing. The people or the big whales just buy so many NFTs, and after the release or the revelation of the NFTs, they sell everything
Yep.
and
Yep.
get out of the project. That's
And
the
it's
It's the
same.
same thing.
unfortunate. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate because someone always has to become the exit liquidity, and nobody ever talks about that
Yeah.
person. It's like, oh, we're making such great money. Yeah, then they get everybody else to invest in at the peak of hype, and they lose out every single time, you know?
Peg Axie is going for
Yes.
$3,000, and you've literally got the developer saying stop, and people aren't stopping,
Yeah.
and then everybody's upset because they've lost tens of thousands of dollars. If you don't know the right cycle to be able to get in and out quickly, you are hosed. Like, I knew with Peg Axie that as soon as the Valentine's breeding event was done, it was going to dump. And I got my ROA out. I knew. Like, and
Yep.
you got people literally in the Discord saying, "What? You're not holding your viz, you're not burning, blah blah blah." It's like, no, I'm gonna ROI, and then I basically got assets for free. That's how it's gonna
Wise
work.
choice. Yeah.
And then But entering into it, I look at myself, with Cydrake and May and Blackbeard and Gohan and all these guys when we started last year. I look at myself a year ago and go, that could have been me. Like, I could have been hosed because I don't like selling. Like, ask Cydrake. He'll tell you. He's usually jumping up and down saying, liquidate. Come on, liquidate at least 50% ROI, get your profits,
all the time.
And so again, like from an investment game standpoint of it, the game is fun. I like it.
Mhm.
It's fun to find the new games. It's fun to find the things that you can invest just a little bit in. I don't think it also, we've talked about how the casino gamifies and devalues cash. And I think I feel like this is the same way. This is like the casino chip.
Yeah.
It's a casino chip.
The
Yeah.
board
Good
8
point,
is
yes.
just a JPEG. It's nothing else. Oh, the bananas that you get from it is just a banana. It's nothing else. Oh, I'm getting return on investment right now from the developers. I'm spending $250,000 on a JPEG. What? Just like,
Yes.
one of the things I wanted to talk about with Blackbeard, obviously you're part of the, one of the things I said last week was, but you're part of the development, you're part of the developer team for Rune. Like, you are one of the developers. What is it you're telling Rune so that they can look at these economic models that, quite frankly, have failed over and over again? What is Rune doing to stop this?
Yeah, we're sitting here and having talks pretty much every single week about the current state of the economy in play-to-earn games. And we're trying to base it on long-term ownership of the items rather than just handing out a bunch of rewards in cryptocurrencies. And also, a lot of the tokens, when they're winning games, they're actually being minted at the time they're winning, whereas we have pre-minted all of our tokens, so there's a fixed supply. We won't be dealing with the inflation of too much rewards being minted because no more Rune tokens are going to be minted, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of ways we're looking into it. I do think for this space, it's going to be important for every team to have an economist on board. So that's a
That
person
is
that we're trying to get onto our team right now, looking for the right person. But yeah, as far as the economy, I'm not the smartest economic whiz here. I can just see that there's definitely an issue when basically the entire play-to-earn space is a group of players who are going in, making a bunch of money, depleting the economy, leaving the game, going to the next game, depleting that economy, and boom, on to the next one. And it's over and over and over.
It never
We should have
stops.
Boko here. He's really an economist.
Yeah.
I wonder how long,
Well,
like, if we look at the top games right now, the crab game, Crabata or whatever,
Yeah.
Crabata, that is like
Crabata.
insanely expensive right now. They've actually been able to hold for a while. We all knew, for me, I'll be very, very, very honest. The reason I went into Pegaxi was because I saw Nick's tape. Nick's tape started talking about it, and he was going to take his whole Axie team. Then we saw it go to Bryson with Loot. And I was like, okay, well, this is the right time to enter because it hasn't hit hype cycle yet. And then it hyped up to like 25 cents a token, and I sold it 17 cents a token. And now it's down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I have 6 Pegas basically that I got for free. One of the guys actually said to me, why didn't you sell all 6 Pegas? Because if you would have done that, you would have sold them at $2,000 a piece. And I said, because scholars mean something to me. And I am willing to hold those assets long-term, basically for zero cost, which is what's happened. I probably should have sold 3.
And also remember that the NFTs, you have to hold them if you really, really believe in the project. So if you believe in the project and thinking on a long term, then you are going to hold the NFT. That's the same thing that I'm doing right now with the Mirandus. I have some Dragon vouchers, and I believe in the project, so I'm holding them.
Well, I believe in Gala in general. I think Gala is about to absolutely. Gohan, why are you shaking your head? You know you believe in Gala too. I know you do.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
one of the first ones to get their token.
Yeah.
Like when they came out, like December last
Come on,
Hey,
Gohan.
hey, Vaas, you want to just take over for me?
Maybe Vaas
You
is
gonna?
sleeping right now.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna talk. No, there's. I had an interesting conversation with them back in December of last year, not the one that just passed. So, I got to speak with several of the people on the team. Obviously, when I figured out where they came from and who they were doing, and just how big, that game and that group of that economy that they had, it was like, oh yeah, I need to get some of this. Now, I need to take it from your books, and again, I'm going to bring this out to all of you here. That just because I've been in this ecosystem since 2011 doesn't mean that I do noob setups.
Yes. Yeah.
I still haven't taken a lot of profits, but I'm also in a position that I don't need to take profits. I have a comfortable nest egg myself that I don't need to, but absolutely, if you are getting into this, please take profits, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, well, I mean, I should have probably sold it when I was at like 80 cents.
Oh my
I
gosh.
probably wouldn't
These
be
guys
here
were
anymore.
screaming at me to sell
Oh,
at Gala at 80 cents. And I was like,
Yep.
I don't want to.
Yep.
I want to hold. I want to be able to get more assets in Gala. Like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah, 'cause
know
you like
that this is going to go up again as soon as their games really start to fire. And they couldn't get them going until their version of the Ronin network, the Gala chain or Ghibli, whatever they're calling it right now, until that network was in place, they couldn't do what they really wanted to do. There's a few things that I want to mention about Gala in general. This is why I'm so bullish on Gala, and it's not because of Jake, on Chain Gamer. Not because of Jake pumping those bags. No, straight up, the reason why I'm bullish on Gala, I think that a lot of the failures that we have seen in this space are from inexperienced developers that do not know how to scale. I think we have seen that time and time again. I think we saw that with Axie. I'm not saying that they're necessarily inexperienced developers. I'm saying that they're scaling what they were not ready for their scaling. If you look at it, even from Peg Axie, with the hype cycle that happened with them, they did okay through their scaling. They kept their game simple. They did not go crazy in regards to what was going on. But Gala has people from top to bottom who know how to make games and create an infrastructure that can handle millions upon millions of players and not fail. Whether they actually achieve that or not, we'll see. But I know that they have the teams in place. The game quality that's coming out with Gala is 10 times better than anything else that we have seen so far.
Yeah, I think
they're coming up with more.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
They are creating a really, really interesting ecosystem because they have many different platforms for every single like
Genre.
category. Like for
Everything.
example, the music. We have the games also. Now they are starting to create like a new blockchain ecosystem there. So they are trying to see and also to trying to robust everything to have better servers. And it's really important to have all that technical requirements and have everything, all the servers really, 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 really. How to say it? It's like having some some improvements with the servers and have that scalability because as we already know many of the NFT projects just fail because of that, because of the performance, and they just drop because of the many issues that they had, and many players like having so many issues with the games and just quit the game because of the performance. And as a chain also the tokenomics drop. So yeah, I think Gala it's doing pretty well with that. They have really good quality projects, and also not only Gala games, because also there are other companies that are trying to do the same thing, like for
Yeah,
example
gaming ecosystem.
Animoca brands, Also, they are starting to create the Phantom Galaxies game, the Rev Racing, and they are trying to experiment, but with less risk. It's not going to be like the higher risk that all the projects that we already know, like Crypto Mines or Crypto Blades. They just wanted to have some incomes and see what happens
Everyone.
and just experiment, but with so high risk. But the Gala and Animoca brands, they are trying to experiment, but really careful.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, guys. I know that we could literally talk about this for like 2 or 3 hours, but I want to make sure before we go to the giveaways, does anybody have any parting comments that they'd like to make in regards to this? Blackbeard?
This is an important discussion. I think it requires its own show as we start navigating.
A complete
space.
show, yeah.
Yeah, we
Totally
got to
agree.
keep on coming back and talking about the economy in order to actually make a robust economy if we want the metaverse to survive and thrive.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a conversation that we continue and that we just don't forget. Inertia 5516 says all this news about Pegaxi makes me sad. I was hoping to get into the game. I'm not leaving the game at all. In fact, everything that's happening with the game right now is actually bringing it back down to where it probably should have been all
manageable
along.
level.
Like you don't want to be spending $3,000 for Pegas. People did not enter because of how expensive it was.
Like me.
I'm not. I got in before the hype cycle started, so it made sense for me. We were telling everybody as the hype cycle was going not to touch it, even though I love the team. I love the communication. I love everything that they're talking about, their economy, like all those sort of things. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very, very bullish on Pega. I just think that we just saw the same hype cycle that always happens. And now they can actually sit there and buy and actually do their game. Like they can actually do something with their game now. So, okay. Bill Pinoy, will be the last question. Not game related, but thoughts about Gala Music Player Node. Cydrake, what's your thought on it?
Wow, I think it's really worth it. Well,
it's cheap.
and this is it's really cheap right now, and well, you already know how expensive all these Gala nodes could become. So yeah, I think it's really, really awesome. And also,
could you imagine if that was if that was any of these music services out there, the Apple Musics or the Streamlabs or Spotify,
exactly.
like, could you imagine if Gala Music is the next version of that, what that turns into?
Well, they had Maroon 5 with their launch.
Yeah.
So
they have
right?
They have everything to do that. They have the infrastructure. They have the marketing team. They have a really experienced team. So yeah, I think buying a music node for
$1,200.
Gala, yeah, it's really worth it. It's not a financial advice.
Not financial advice.
No,
but
never
I think
financial
it's
advice
going to be
here.
really, really awesome, and it's really early because this
So
is
they
the
got Maroon
music
5 on
industry.
board?
And
most probably, but we're not
crazy.
do not code us on
they have
that.
Snoop Dogg on board as well.
He's everywhere.
Dogs.
If it has to do with NFTs, Snoop Dogg is there.
Yes,
Snoop Dogg. Not only that, but
of course, bro.
AMC has gone all over it too. So, all right, so let's look at this giveaway. The first thing that I want to show everybody is there are only 20 people, so your chances of winning.
No kidding.
I saw May put her name in. I saw No ACL. I saw Blackbeard. I did.
Yeah.
I totally did. If nobody else wants it, I'm gonna be in the running. I gotta say.
Sir.
I want it.
Where's the link?
Gohan, Cydrake, hurry up. We'll wait for you.
They wanna.
I want to find the link. Where's the
For what?
link?
Jackal.
What?
Jackal
What are we doing?
did just join in the middle of Gala Chat. Gohan, if you want to sign up for these giveaways, go up in English, text, English voice text. Yeah, I mean, if nobody else wants the giveaways, we'll take some for sure. Monster, let's make sure you're there. I see you right here. You're there. So Mad Tribe, Kenny.
You already have Light Night account, right?
Yeah, if you already have a Light Night account, why don't we do it this
Can
way?
we switch them? Yeah.
We'll do the Space Misfits first.
No.
We'll do the 3 Space Misfits first, and then I'll delete everybody who's got Light Night accounts, so this doesn't go crazy. So,
Okay.
All right, Cydrake, are you in? Gohan, are you in?
Yes,
Just
of
put your
course
names in. We know who you are. It's we don't
Yep.
need the rest of it. So,
Yes.
this rest of
Got
crap.
it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this is
All right.
Got it on time. Yeah.
All right, so we've got
So-
3. Guys, I do apologize. I know that I can get this all on the Wheel of Fun. I can export all of this stuff and put it in. But just for speed's sake, we know that we're way past again. But it was a good conversation, and we're going to continue this
It was.
conversation.
it will.
So, all right, so 3 winners here for the Space
One
Misfits.
premium ship. Mhm.
One premium
One
ship.
premium ship plus the resources that they need to do to build it halfway there. So
Ooh, a
yep,
blueprint.
that is 1 Death Kiss,
All right.
100k BITS, 10k Peroxium, 10k Mercosium, 10k Obscurian, and 10 ship parts, courtesy of Space Misfits.
All right, so here are
Wow,
the
nice.
3
Nice. That's
winners.
crazy.
Let's see who
Come
wins
on.
here.
Come on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I won!
No!
Damn it.
No.
No. I don't see the
Rigged. It's rigged.
There's no way for me to rig it.
emoji.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
congrats,
All
Last
All right,
Dragon.
congratulations to Bill
Benoit.
Benoit and
Congratulations,
Mimic.
Last Dragon.
Congratulations.
And
Last Dragon,
Mimic.
are you there?
Nice.
Are you
I've
there?
never seen
Guys,
such a rigged contest
I
before.
haven't seen Last Dragon. Where is the Last Dragon?
Guys,
Last
we
Dragon's
need
not
we
here.
need your in-game name for Space Misfits, so we're gonna send that over to Dirty Misfits.
I totally don't know what my
Nice.
in-game name is. I gotta
Just
find
DM
out.
me your Space Misfits IGN.
All right. Okay, so does anybody need to get removed for Light Night? Cydrake,
I
you
have
have
it.
it, right?
Yeah.
I do.
Cydrake
Yes.
has it. Gohan
I have
has it. Mae-Zing
Yeah,
has
you
it.
can remove me as well.
No, okay.
While you're
So-
removing this, I want to bring some attention to this for the Gala music.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do not steal any of mine because I'm about to buy like 50 of these mother truckers. So
are you
Spotify from 2015 was doing 13.3 billion streams
Yeah.
What?
at 3 cents a stream. Y'all can do the math on that. I think I need to go get off this stream real quick. So could we wrap this up real fast?
Yeah, exactly. All
Yes,
right.
for sure.
We're
For
gonna pick
sure.
winners
Yeah.
here. 5 winners. Oops.
Let's go. Light Night account.
Light Night accounts. Free Light Night
Night
accounts.
account.
Let's go.
Here we go. If you already have a Light Night account, please let us know. Looks like Maria Victoria.
Maria
Boring.
Victoria.
Maria.
Maria Victoria.
Victoria.
Does
Ma-
Boring have one?
Boring already.
Boring said to
Yeah,
take
she
her
already.
off.
Okay, we'll get another one. It's fine. Risen Kraken.
We're seeing Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Isa. Our
Oh!
Of
Our-
course, Isa.
Isa wins
Our
every week.
winner. Our
Look, you
top
guys,
winner.
there was only 22 people who were signed up. So,
Uh-huh.
Risen Kraken, Isa, Mad Tribe,
Mad Tribe.
and it looks
Oh,
like we need
congrats,
one
Mad
more.
Tribe.
One more
Yeah.
then,
Yeah,
because
we
we
need
got rid
one
of.
more.
Okay.
So guys,
fine.
create your Elixir account, and then one strike will give you the free game.
Okay, we're gonna add to existing here.
One more.
Yep.
One more.
And the last winner is Ray Z Free.
Ray
Z
Z
Free.
Crazy free. Nice. Good
Z
game. Good name.
Free. Yeah.
Let's go.
If you guys have friends who you would want to win as well, or take a chance to win, just watch out for our announcement, because we'll be giving away 5 more Light Night accounts.
Next week.
So, yep.
And I will not be here next week, everybody. I'll miss you. I'll miss all of
Oh.
you. I know. I do have a corporate gig I'm going to go do. So I will be on the road driving. So I may, call in to say hello. But usually hotel Wi-Fi is terrible. So there's no way that I can stream on hotel Wi-Fi. So
it's difficult.
May, is there anything else that we have that we've forgotten here?
Yeah, so since we are talking about Gala Games, which is also a gaming ecosystem, next week we'll try and touch base with all the other gaming ecosystems that's available out there, so you guys could explore more of these. It's not just Gala Games; there are a lot more out there. So yeah, we'll be talking about that next week.
Nice.
All right.
And while we play Light Night.
So Light Night next week, and they'll be talking about Gala Games. Guys, please know that this is not the end of the conversation in regards to play to earn. I think it's really important that the one thing that's been so cool about Web3, I feel like, is everybody's been so transparent about it. Everybody's been willing to talk about it openly. And I know for me right now, the dev teams that I am looking for a year in are the ones that are the most communicative. So the Pega team, we're seeing some great progress from Axie. I'm really excited for V3 because I am not doing well this season. I am embarrassed to tell you what my MMR is. It's that bad. Like I'm literally sitting there and I'm literally sitting there playing against Mimic, trying to like play better. And he's like, "Hey, you should think about this and this and this." And my MMR is like 900. It's not pretty.
Oh my god!
With a double aqua plant team,
no.
But I switched from my double discard bug team that I could not win with either. So
no.
So
that's the
not
easiest
pretty.
one.
I don't want to talk about it, Cydrake. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Actually, just to throw a quick note out there in regards to like the whole play and earn situation, I read a few pretty interesting articles recently. One was from CoinGecko, one from Binance, one from a community member named Ready Player Rich, and then there was also a good article from GamesBeat 2022 with Sebastian from Sandbox and our rep here at Yield Guild as well with a rep from Ultra, and they were talking about this overall situation. So some good articles to look at. I don't have any links ready for you, but
tell everybody
some
your
of them
Twitter
on my page, so you can check them there if you want to read those. Pretty good discussions there as well.
Going out there and following all everybody here on Twitter, please. And NoACL as well has some good links. I know that it is Brycent in Loot Squad, like their Twitter space last week was talking about this topic. Like Spike was in there, Brycent was in there, a lot of the influencers that are out there. And I have noticed that influencers seem to I have not noticed the influencers pumping stuff nearly like they were last year. It doesn't seem to be happening nearly as much because it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Well, there's actually a discussion Blackbeard mentioned, right, with Bryson tomorrow. What's going on with NFTs, basically? What's wrong with NFTs, right? 8 a.m. PST, you said?
Yeah, 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to be on Bryson's Twitter space, the problems with NFT games. So should be a good talk.
The big guys will talk about it there too.
He was very willing to say that there's major problems with the big guilds that can literally pump bags and then just dive an economy as well. And we're all part of a huge, one of the biggest guild, the biggest guild. And I love the fact that I'm part of it, but it's interesting to hear him saying that with him being in charge of loot as well. What were you going to say, Gohan?
I was just going to say that it sounded like it was a continuation from Friday, I think it was, that they had.
Yeah.
With Spike was on there. I was listening on it when I was doing my job. And it was very...
I was too.
I don't want to say it was negative. But there was definitely like that conversation needs to come up. As anybody that looks at the cycles, some of us may start looking at the current cycle right now, and it looks like it's going down, right? And so how do we make sure that we take care of that and continue on so that we start building what we want to build out of it and not what it looks like is just going to be here's money here and then it pulled out, but I can't get it back without losing because I tried to go out. And so there is that conversation that really does need to happen and make sure that we all kind of we're prepared for it, right? in the story
Yeah.
that we're just prepared for it.
Yeah,
So
I appreciate Bryson being willing to step forward. I mean, he is arguably probably one of the biggest influencers in the space, being willing to say there's a problem here. Like, this is not what we all
Yeah.
thought it was going to be. We didn't know this sort of stuff was going to happen, or if we did, we didn't talk about it, and we need to start being honest and start talking about it. And I think that I think that is incredibly healthy, because it allows the community not only to have the knowledge of it, but to be able to make decisions, financial decisions, because this is pretty much gamified investment right now. With many of these projects, it allows them to make more educated decisions. And I know part of the reason why we're doing Blockchain 101 with Vaas is to help educate you guys as well. We feel that there is a responsibility there. And so anyway, guys, it has been such a great conversation this evening. I have had such a great time. Isa Plays, you are most certainly the new AC, and we definitely also need. Isa Plays says, "I wish I was this lucky in the real world."
This is the real world.
This is the real world, Isa.
you keep doing it, you will
You
be.
just keep doing it. You'll be very, very lucky.
And Ryzen too, he's getting there, man. That's I've
it's
seen his name
happening.
come up a couple times too the
It's
last couple
happening,
weeks.
for sure. So, guys, we appreciate you joining us. We will be back. The whole crew will be back next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, Sunday night. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and thank you for joining us. And we will see you next week. And as Cydrake likes to say,
keep hunting.
that's not what he says. Keep watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Later, guys.
Hunting.